Hi, Hayden here, and this video is a follow-up to the experimental video that I shot this morning. Let me explain what that was very quickly. Now I'm using my external microphone, the ZTE Axon 7 phone, and Open Camera software, which is the free application from the Google Play Store. Nobody's paying me any compensation for mentioning what they are. I'm just telling you what I use. And the microphone's from Rode, R-O-D-E. I'm just telling you what I use because it happens to work together, apparently. So with that, let me go into the process of what I was doing this morning. A viewer had told me that there is a way to use Open Camera software to go in through the settings to record directly to the added storage that I added to my cell phone, which was a micro SD card, and that's a 128 gigabyte card that I wanted to use specifically for shooting video. But the software that comes with the phone doesn't recognize the external microphone, but Open Camera does. Now I couldn't find a way to make Open Camera record directly to the micro SD card, so I was having a problem with that. But lo and behold, it is there. I just didn't understand what the instruction was for getting that to work. But a viewer went ahead and sent in the instructions for that, and I included it in the description below that particular video. This video, however, is to try to repair another problem that I discovered when I shot that video. When I shoot video, I'm looking at my viewfinder, which is, I'm using the front-facing camera on my cell phone, so I'm looking at the screen as a viewfinder. So I'm looking at that image to make sure that it looks okay-ish for me, but then, and it did. So I take it to my editing computer and my forehead was washed out. Basically, I had my iris open too far, and it was washing out the skin tone on my forehead. And I don't like that, but the main experiment was recording video directly to the micro SD card, and that worked perfectly fine. This video was to kind of figure out what the settings were going to be for me to shoot a video to where the color, contrast, and weight and balance and everything of this video was acceptable for me so I can do it every time. I just want to be able to set it up, get going, and move along. And I can fix things in post-production and editing. I just don't want to. I want to shoot the video that's usable to the best of my ability. You always want to shoot the best video you possibly can, so you have the minimal amount of work to do in the editing booth so you can get your video done, processed, rendered, and set up to YouTube as fast as you possibly can. So that's what I do. I'll go over my YouTube settings for the video editor later on, but for now I just want to discuss that skin tone issue that I had. In Open Camera software, you can set the exposure settings manually, or there's an automatic setting to do that. So I went ahead and I selected the ISO, and I set the ISO for automatic so that it would pick out the best speed and settings for the camera based on the lighting and everything else. And it basically takes all the readings it wants to do and it sets it up automatically for us. At that point, we can come out to the main screen and lock off the exposure. So I lock off the exposure, and then with that, we can also adjust the exposure control. Let me just see if this interrupts the video at all. Hopefully it doesn't. It's called exposure compensation, and hopefully you didn't see that on your screen, and it's just something that I see. But anyways, you can compensate whether if the image looks too dark and you want to brighten it up, you can do that. If you want to, if it's too bright and you want to darken it down, you can do that as well. What I had been doing was brightening up my image just a little bit, because when I play these videos back to check to make sure I got what I want, it looked a little dark to me. But I think in after the fact, I think that what it was is that my cell phone, because I'm watching a video now, it was automatically adjusting the brightness of my screen. So it was darkening up the brightness of my screen and not really what the recorded image was. So I came back in, I said, well, let me go ahead and I'll do the automatic setting, and I did. And then I went to the exposure control, the compensation device, and I said, you know what, let's keep that on 0. Let's make no additional changes at all. We went ahead and got the exposure set, I locked it off, and now I'm recording a video. So hopefully that works perfectly well. The other thing that I want to discuss, kind of a bonus thing, I don't want to just talk about the one thing, might as well, you know, get two birds with one stone, as I say. And my power cord is plugged in. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. Nope, can't. But anyways, I can't get it over in front of the lens. It's not long enough. But I basically, when I shoot these videos, I plug in my power adapter to recharge the phone. And I'm looking down right next to where the lens is. There's that little green button that says my phone is completely charged. So while I'm shooting these videos, and I make a whole bunch of takes because I mess up all the time, and the video that you see is just one continuous take, and that's the way I like to do my videos. I don't like to edit them, so when possible. But this one here has the power cord plugged in. And while I'm shooting these videos, it has charged up my phone completely. And if I walk away from the phone, if I like stop recording and I want to come back and try again, I can leave it like this and it doesn't shut the phone off either. So all my settings are maintained. So that's just kind of a bonus. We can talk about that in the discussion below if you want to. Feel fine to make comments below. And that should, if you're seeing this video, then I'm happy with the settings that I've used. And basically, I automatically let the open camera software, I use the automatic setting for the ISO. Then I use a little lock. There's a little picture of a padlock on the front screen. I lock the exposure, and I don't make any other adjustments to it for this particular video. And we'll see how that goes moving forward with additional videos that I'm going to be making. So with that, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.